Hello, my name is Creostix, and welcome back to the misery itself, which is Little Nightmares 2. So, I checked a walkthrough in how to beat this spot. I would have never gotten there. Again, same thing as ever. You just need, it's not about figuring anything out. It's about checking a walkthrough and then learning through that what to do, because what in the actual hell? So nothing in the game throughout the entire runtime has taught us that this is possible. I mean, it essentially isn't, but that's the jump you need to do. You need to be on the toilet, and somehow, in some miraculous corner, that jump is gonna be fine, and you'll reach the bathtub. That's the solution. Really. Meaning there is no way to figure it out, because there's no way anyone would think that you can actually reach that jump. No way, no how. So you go here, and this is just good enough to turn off the TV with the remote. And there. Like, that is literally the solution, is check a walkthrough. Nothing else. I wish I was any more shocked at how garbage this is, but, you know, it's all bad. Like, what can I say? Alright, then I didn't check beyond that point, so I'm assuming I pull the chair. It looks like I can probably use that to reach the door and then go, and maybe, hopefully, we're close to the end, because there's only so much I can take of this terrible video game. Come on. Do 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 do. Alright. So, what does this insta-kill room provide us? I cannot grab that. Can I move this? Yes, I'm not sure why, but... Yay, momentum. I mean, I guess Valkyrie, hello! This game sucks, but hello, welcome. I hope you've had a good day. I have had a terrible week because it's way too hot, and I've played this game the entire week so far. And I haven't talked to you about this in the DMs or anything, but it's the most frustrating game I've maybe... It's really hard to say ever played, because I've played games since like, you know, early 90s, and I had the NES back then, and it had some really crap-tastic games, but this is one of the most frustrating pieces of work I've ever encountered. This game has, like, excellent visuals, excellent music, excellent sound design. When it doesn't glitch out, excellent animation. And every single solitary moment of playing the game, be it gameplay, physics engine, insta-kill, sneaking, puzzles, everything is either, like, quite without any, like, sensible objections, just objectively just garbage. Or in the very few cases where the puzzles actually have something going on, I just don't get it, and it's just not for me. And most of the puzzles don't have even that. They are just bad. They are just of the check a walkthrough lol type, and that's it. Right. Right. Oh boy. Let's go. Does it turn on eventually, or are we good? Uh-huh. Do I move this here? I doubt it. That looks like an obstacle. No, it just slows you down for no reason. Okay. Can I climb this, or how am I supposed to? Yeah, I can. Okay. I mean, I didn't expect it to work because I put the breaker off and everything, but how do I... I hope this works. Again, this feels like such busy work, and even I'm not sure if it still works anyway. Busy work that doesn't work. Subtitle of Little Nightmares 2. Again, the exact reference of the 2.5D perspective. Am I gonna jump in front of the shopping cart and die? Wow, that's lucky. Jesus Christ. I wonder where the checkpoint would have been if I died there. Probably before moving the cart itself in the first place. Uh-huh. Can I make them break the glass by turning this off, and then they'll be... Well, not as such. Can I teleport in there now through this, maybe? Was there a platform? Yes. Okay, good. Alright. One of these again. So depending on how hard it is, it'll be either slightly atmospheric or trial and error, insta-kill forever and ever. I still wonder why they sometimes break and usually don't. From that, that's odd. Like, yeah, for dramatic tension reasons, sure, but like, why? Like, actually, why? I'm quite done with TVs. Could we just come on now? Hello. Alright. Hi. I mean, I figured there was no reason to try. Alright, so this room tells me there's no way to go and you die, right? Oh, and every time you die, you need to watch this scene all over again. That's again just the shit Sunday just keeps on giving, right? Again, we know there's no point in running. Ah, we need to contend with the crappy combat mechanics again. Lovely. I mean, at least it's like a wide target and all, but... So the question is, because I lost about a second, is it too late? Probably. Interesting. Not quite. Dead Cake, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. I hope you've had a good day, because I've had a rough time with this one. I mean, he probably still sees me, though, but, you know. We with Valkyrie know the rough time with... We with Valkyrie know the rough time with this one. Ah, I see. Yeah, I've had a terrible time with this game. Like, I've told people, like, over and over, beautiful visuals, like, both art style and graphics in both senses. Beautiful music, great sound design. When the animation works, it's really good. Everything about actually playing the game is the worst thing I've done in like 10 years. In any medium, it's hottest of hot garbage. Like, it's crazy bad. It's so weird. So, like, every creepy visual just means, yay, insta-kills, so it's not creepy, right? Can I go, please? Yay, slow motion jump, Geronimo! Cool. Dead Case, like, that's what I said! Yay! I mean, well, yeah. If that's what Dead Cake says, I super agree with them. And I'm honestly shocked. I had issues with Little Nightmares 1. It's had some bad trial and error shit in there, and the 2.5D perspective was in a number of jumps, like, it made you miss, like, really stupid stuff in it. Like, you jumped in front of the rope instead of hitting the rope, like, ugh. But in this one, they fix none of the problems. And it's all trial and error all the time. Every room and every puzzle is like, excuse me, fucking what? Niinku vittu satana mitä? Like, Jesus, this is bad. And again, like, Slenderman visual, yay, but all that means to us is, okay, so we're gonna die 10 times. So it's not atmospheric, it's just like, ugh.
Hang in there.
I try, thank you for the bit. Valkyrie, I try. Speak Finnish for 30 seconds, cool, let's go. Joo, eli siis niinku... Väillä tuntuu, että niinku nää niinku englannin niinku F-pommit ei ihan niinku riitä kuvaamaan, miten Esterin perseestä yksi helvetin peli voi olla, joka vitun sekunnin ajan koko helvetin niinku elämyksen joka momentti on sellaista hirveetä hampaiden kiskontaa, eikä oo sekuntiakaan kivaa tai kiinnostavaa tai niinku jännää, se on vaan paskaa koko ajan. Niinku mitä helvettiä? Niinku mitä me tehdään täällä? Miksi tää on tämmöstä persettä koko ajan? Thank you. I think I really got my point across here. Ei nappaa mennä kerran hattu same. Like, I like the achievements and all, but I'm not gonna come back to this to collect, like, hats and whatever, like, nah. I haven't even gotten all the collectible achievements in Little Nightmares 1, let alone this one. No, I'm not going there. Pakko puhua suomeksi, mutta tämän pelin siihen ykkösen verrattuna on ihan hirveätä. Luin niin paljon hyviä arvosteluita satalle peliä, kun puolta, mutta samalla kun pelata peliä, niin no fucking way. Joo, mä oon ihan samaa mieltä. I agree exactly. So, a rough translation, Dead Cake feels that the controls in this game are absolutely horrendous compared to 1. And he read all of those, like, great reviews, like playing this and feeling the controls like, no way, and I fully agree. Like, everything about this game is all bad all the time in games of gameplay. The physics engine is horrible, it's janky, it doesn't work, half the solutions fail because of the physics engine. Like, I've multiple times, Dead Cake, I've had these scenarios where I did the right thing, like in a half a dozen different rooms. I did the right thing the first time around. The physics engine crapped out on me, meaning it either saw me behind cover, it shot me behind cover, or something along those lines happened. The game therefore taught me that doesn't work, even though it was the right solution. You then use 10, 15, 20 deaths, like trying essentially to sacrifice a goat or something to the Xbox to like try and like understand what the hell you're supposed to do, only to learn from a walkthrough that the first thing you did was the right one. The game just crapped out on you. Like, oh, that's nice. So that is bad. The controls are bad. I don't understand why there's this 3D like 2.5D perspective. What does it really add? Like, is the depth of like going into the game and back toward the screen that important that you want to have these, oh, you jumped in front of or behind the thing you were supposed to jump into all the time, and there's no like frame of reference to like how far a thing in the slightly background is when you try to jump into it. It seems a lot further than it is, and I'm absolutely I've had, I think, in like horizontal jumps, right, from left to right or right to left, The game has had maybe 4 or 5 jumps like that, where the friend here, the 6, the other kid, is like giving the hand toward you to jump toward them. Those jumps are always longer than what your character can actually jump, meaning that the platforming mechanics are inconsistent in how far you can jump. How do you do that? Like, imagine playing Mario, and you reach a platform you clearly can't reach, but then you can all of a sudden reach that specific jump, but in no other area that works. And I had at least 2 occasions of that in vertical senses as well, from down to up. In the morgue, you like stand above a corpse, which does not count as a trampoline, no matter how much anyone would try to tell you different. You try to jump upward, and it just like gives an entire like a length of the protagonist to reach further up, and you just needed to clairvoyantly know you can, in this specific one spot, jump higher than you normally can. And you spent half an hour in the room looking for a solution to, like, what am I supposed to do? That is, that is bad in such a fundamental level that I cannot fully convey in words how absolute garbage it is. Which Bob do I prefer? I think I have a personal just attachment to the normal-looking Bob Ross, if you want an opinion. But conclusion, when it's not about the gameplay and controls, the story is kind of good and gives you those eureka emotions. Sure, why not? I don't really follow the story. We're just going into TVs, so I don't really know anything about the story. But I cannot express hard enough. The visuals are excellent. The music is excellent. The sounds are excellent. The sound design is excellent. When the characters are not like glitching in place, the animation of the characters is excellent. Everything about playing the game is the worst thing I've seen, like, this side of, I don't know, the Twilight movies. Like, whatever. Like, it's really amazingly terrible. At the end, you get those emotions. Try to suffer. Oh, I mean, I gotta be close, right? So I'm gonna try. Like, this is my 3rd day of playing this, I think. I feel like I have to finish this, but good God, the journey has been horrible in all the wrong ways. Do 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 do. Here we go. Are we climbing toward the next instant kill section? Let's find out in the current episode of Little Nightmares 2 Electric Boogaloo Instakill vittujen kevät. Yes. Yeah. Do we get run over by a bus? We're so close. We're gonna. Hello, Slender Man from the TV. Can you take me to the end credits, please? Can you can have my mailman's hat. It's almost dry and barely used. I found it in a hole. I don't remember anymore. High five! Cool. What? Oh, that wasn't... Oh, I needed to, like, do something. You know, that's just me thinking again. The game, like, goes into cinematic mode, and I figured that I would... okay. matter. I used my left hand to while I took a quick little drink. Honestly, it's just like Monday evening in Finland. It's fine. This looks normal to me. It's fine. Like you just walk home in the rain and then you tell a stranger to talk to the hand. That's how life works, right? Did we win against reality TV? Is reality TV gone now? Have we defeated Big Brother? And Survivor and the Kardashians and whatever. Right. Ooh, when you see a purple doorway, you go in. That's the first rule of life, right? That's how it is. Paled. Life in the big city is all over. Cool. And we are in the mystical corridor again. I forget what was behind the door the first time around because I didn't care. Let's find out. Of course, purple and violet are the best colors. Yes, that's why my doorway is also some sort of purple or violet or something in between. Violet, maybe? I don't know. Or I don't. And the door closes and then we don't reach the end credits. Oh no. Alright, insta-kill section in 3, 2, 1. Uh-huh. Imagine if all the game would be this inventive with the visuals and just like traverse the world instead of being constant garbage to play. Imagine the possibilities, right? I mean, yeah, you can't just walk through doorways for 8 hours or 6 hours or whatever, but, you know. Not the final puzzle or the boss. Still going. Oh, goody. Uh-huh. Alright, so the puzzle is there's 2 doors, neither of them work, the end. Interesting. I mean, it does check out with the rest of the game's puzzles. It's always there's 1 or 2 things to interact with, neither of them work, check a walkthrough. So, I mean, I guess it's consistent. I mean, at least there's nothing in the foreground, so that's something. Alright, so... I mean, I've gone through both doors around 3 or 4 times. I call it therefore unsolvable, so walkthrough, let's go. What do you want from me, you stupid piece of shit game? Looking. I mean, yeah, I hear sound. I don't get any tips from that, though. I don't understand. Like, I felt like I followed the sound multiple times already, but it just didn't work because bullshit, like, cool. Like, there's the sound. Alright, lovely. I guess I'm just mentally, like, rejecting all the puzzles by this point. I'm just like, fuck this, I don't care. And I don't even care to think about it anymore. I'm so rejecting all of this game by this point. It's just like, no, don't care, don't care, don't care. Give me credits, I'm done. Right, good. So this time the sound is behind a closed door that you can't open. Right, walk through, let's see. Don't care, it's a terrible piece of shit game. Looking. Aha. So it's a different, unrelated door. Genius. Yes. Again, I take grievous issue with this. Just saying. The game just taught me to follow the sound, and therefore in the immediate next room the solution is don't follow the sound, because lol di vitun lol. Fuck! Sucks! Piece of shit video game. God damn! Yeah, follow the sound, except then go and push at the door where the sound is not coming from, because like, ugh. That is not clever puzzle design, it's terrible game design. But I mean, why improve now, right? I somehow doubt I can reach that jump, but sure. Worth a shot, right? Maybe begin from the beginning of the game to just throw a curveball at the player? How about that? Okay, so I'm honestly a little amazed that I thought to even try that, but I'd like to point out that nothing in the game has ever made us believe that we have the strength to turn over that plank. It's the same like, oh, the solution in the first game, you know, remember? Oh, the solution is to pull off the iron bars from the cage. I'm like, what? With these hands that can't even, like, you know, split open a hair. Like, what? This is the same thing. Again, it's you can definitely see it's the same people at it. Like, good God, it's bad. And insta-kill in 3, 2... Oh, hi! There we are. Yeah. I mean, you can have it. I don't really care. Like, could you just point me to the end credits? Like, I see you became big, and it's very impressive. But point me to the end credits, and we can stop, right? Okay. Now I've been waiting for this moment. This I've been waiting for. The game finally gave me the graphic. Like, it's been giving me those at the very beginning at like you know, press this to run, press this to jump, right? It's been extremely, like, it hasn't given any text hints about inputs the entire way since like the first maybe 15 minutes or something, right? And now it says press Y to call. I've been hesitant about demanding the game give me like text hints because I do realize it breaks immersion, right? It gives you the notion of, oh, you're playing a game with buttons, right? That's true. But now it did it. Which means that the game is willing to break immersion to give you the hint. Therefore, it should have been giving me those hints in every goddamn room. Because what the hell? Hi. Kill me, please. Well, I mean, that's how it happened. So I guess my wish was granted, but, you know. But yeah, that sort of a hint should have happened in essentially every room of the game. Press this to do something, because now it has the capacity to do that, and it is not above doing that, clearly. They need to update the game and add those hints to every room, otherwise this is essentially a 2 out of 10 game. What the hell? It's really hard to really give it a number because, like, again, everything you see and hear are excellent, but everything that involves playing is essentially unplayable. So, and the design philosophies around playing the game, around solving puzzles, around like running away from monsters is all essentially as bad as it can be. Okie dokie. Listen, this is gonna hurt, but I promise it's for the best. You get to kill me later, and we see maybe end credits, like, someday. I think it's all for the greater good, right? Sure. I've been at this before, but like, you need to make the chase sequences a lot less demanding. Like, I mean, there wasn't any atmosphere or like a sense of dread or horror or tension or whatever in the first time around because you've killed me like 500 times already in the game, and I knew to expect that. But like, as an overall thing, you need to not have this. Also, again, 2.5D shouldn't be a thing. Should remove that from the game, make it completely 2D. Back to the drawing board, people, because that is just not worth it. I'm rejecting this. Like, it's a bit cooler than I would have thought it would have been, but there's nothing to be like enjoyed here. It's all such a garbage fire to play. I can't have the enjoyment of this. It's just not there. And again, can you see me? Can you hear me? What's the way you find me? Because you're gonna find me and then you're gonna kill me and there's no tension because of that. Like, come on now. Again, like, around half the monsters in the game would have found me under the table and the game has never explained why. They're just clairvoyant. But this time it worked because lol. Alright. Sure. Conspicuous axe. I'm not sure why the door couldn't just be open and let us just move on. Like, why do we need to have this scene here? This is just busy work. Even if there's a jump scare, it's just still like, yeah. Like, just have a door and then have a jump. Like, what did this help, really? So do I hit it with the axe? Apparently. I mean, sure. Alright. Alright, come here. Give us those fingers. Oh well. Alright, so... assuming this is the final boss, they decided to utilize maybe the worst mechanic they made into the game, the absolute garbage truck fire. Like, not just a garbage fire, but a fire that like compiled of garbage trucks full of that same garbage, but just more. The combat. That's the worst idea this game had, and they made the final boss around that. And it seems like the hardest one of the bunch. Okay, so getting close is death, but you need to be close to hit, so it's always death. Okay, good. I mean, I could check the walkthrough again, like, or die 10 times and then luck out when the physics engine feels like it's like throwing me a bone. Eh. Right. Yeah, so that's not an option. I felt like making sure that I couldn't just go left and quit the game. Alright, what do we think? Do we die 10 times or do we just check the walkthrough again? I don't know. Maybe take the axe and do it yourself? Is that an option? No. Okay, but that doesn't help. Without the axe? Nah, we you know, might as well give it a go. I wonder if it's that garbage that you need to time it into the hit itself. Could it be? I'll give it one go, right? Maybe. It seems unlikely, but it could be that garbage, though. It really could. You just never underestimate the garbage. I'll give it one more shot. Seems unlikely, though. Alright, no solution, I think. So let's check a walkthrough. Garbage game needs to be walkthrough'd again. No. I think I skipped forward a little bit. So you drag the axe. Oh, really? You're supposed... No, wait, maybe. Maybe not. Ah, okay. So... Streamlabs is actually being a little hard on my mic these days. It's kind of like freezing up on me, weirdly enough. I hope the audio on your end is fine. Let me know if the audio like cuts off or whatever, but because my it's being a little glitchy on my end in the audio's good. Okay, good. I had the same problem yesterday. Like it just like froze up the like meters, but it seems like the audio still works okay. It like glitches them out sometimes. Right. So yeah, indeed, as Deadcake said, bait in one direction and bait in one and then go back from that one and hit from the another to put it in a different way. Indeed, I need to go through the portal to the other side once it has like decided to attack. And the window that clearly isn't long enough for me to drag this thing across, the game decides it is this time around. So, okay. Let you know. Thanks. Yeah, it's always yeah, I don't know. I'll just leave this here. Maybe I can grab it later. Oh, I can't drop it. Oh, now I did. It took like 10 tries. Oh well. Can I bait you like just by running around? Man. Imagine tying your final boss fight, I mean, it might not be the final boss fight, a boss fight into such a garbage mechanic. Because there's a very, very, like, one magic pixel to stand on where it actually does the lunge attack instead of that. And that's the solution. Then execute perfectly by running to the left into the door portal, and then going from the other side and hit the music box with the axe. But that's not good enough, for example. If I get any closer, I die anyway. Wow, like, I thought I'd seen everything this game has to offer in terms of garbage, but it keeps on, it's the gift that keeps on giving in how extremely garbage it is. Use bait mechanic. I'm trying. It's not working. That's the problem. It's such a crap mechanic. It doesn't work. Like that's apparently what's supposed to happen, and I'm just supposed to just like be quick enough to leave. Ha! I'll just leave this here. Maybe I can run away from it better or something. Ha! Nope. Oh, you mean the call mechanic. Ah, yes. Alright. Yeah, right. Yeah, sorry. I didn't realize. You got the wall. Lovely. Congratulations. It's a beautiful wall. I hope you like it. I mean, we essentially hit a wall in the game again, so I think it checks out, you know? I wish I had a death counter from the beginning or something, because this is quite something. I mean, it is a 0 out of 10 encounter. I'm sure we can agree on this point, but good God. Don't make your garbage game this tight in difficulty. What are you doing? Like, I'm probably doing now the exactly right thing. I just need to execute 0.1 seconds faster, being essentially the perfect frame, perfect inputs all the way through. That's how they decided to make this garbage game. Fuck off. This is terrible. This is so terrible. I happened to skip further in the walkthrough at first than I intended, so I know it's not the end yet. We need to do the same thing some more, so I'm just more resigned into garbage already. At least I'm mentally prepared to do that more times, but and in a slightly more complicated arena. Because we didn't have enough of this garbage. We need more terrible shit here, like, yay. I mean, I honestly didn't expect it to work. I just saw a very strange opening and I decided to, well, I might as well try it. I believe that was actually not a hit. It didn't touch me, but, you know, that's how death works, right? When something gets close enough to you to be a hit, I mean, you die. Why not, right? It's fine. Alright. Geronimo! I mean, why not have one more, right? Imagine how much more emotionally resonant this would be if it would be relatively simple to execute and the problem would be feeling bad for doing it. Instead, they made it almost impossible to execute, so all the emotional, like, drama just gets burned away. Just pissed in the wind. I don't get it. Why did you make this like this? Man, I wish there was the ability to refund this. This has been just... I feel like the company should pay me for playing this. This is such a terrible time. how does anyone give this anything beyond a 3 out of 10? Like, I guess paying off the reviewers was good money well spent, because, wow. I guess the lies were worth it, but good God, man. Sweet Jesus. I guess I have to look a walkthrough for this one as well. Like, I feel like I'm on the right track, but the execution is so garbage that I might as well be wrong or right, but it's always just that perfect execution with a garbage control scheme, with a garbage physics system, in a garbage video game. Like, it's just terrible. Like, even in the final level, they apparently didn't even test the basic platforming. Like, what the hell are you doing? I don't think that's how you do it. Like, that's like, I can reach the axe, but that's about it. Alright, walkthrough, help me out here. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So if the walkthrough... I mean, I've seen the walkthrough video do some things in a very way that doesn't seem intended, but it seemed to at least work for them, so let's try, right? So grab the axe and then just go back. I'll give it a second look, because that seems like I'm probably executing it wrong anyway. What a terrible boss fight. I mean, it is a terrible video game, so I suppose it, like, at least is consistent in quality, but good God. What an, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. What the walkthrough video does seems to rely on a lot of random number generating to have it behave in a very specific way. I have my doubts. Grab the axe today, please. See, I died there because the game's controls and the physics engine refuses to pick up the axe when it doesn't feel like it. It's not about player input, it's just about the game being utter trash. Every day, all the time, no exceptions. Like, fuck me, this is terrible. Alright, so you're supposed to, like, see me in here, but you're not, so that's nice. Hey. Please be over. Like, imagine the emotional impact of that. If it would be easy to do, and the heaviness of it would be the actual emotion and not the difficulty of actually pulling it off. Like, that mistake, I mean, it's like, this game is all a mistake, so, I mean, what am I expecting anymore? But, like, just, I gotta keep just calling out, like, this stuff. Like, how does this get made like this? Whatever. Alright, walk through, come on. Don't care, don't care. Alright, so this time, just to fully just keep on being inconsistent toward the bitter end. The bitter last second. Inconsistent all the time is the game's mantra, right? This time around, instead of the call making the enemy attack you, this time around the call makes him give you an opening. So, let's 3 times over, multiple times over, teach the player the call makes it attack you. That's the lesson. So then the call makes him not attack you. It makes him give you an opening instead. See? That's what I mean. That's to the bitter end, inconsistent garbage fire. God damn. Hello, Cielo. I hope you've had a good day. I have not, but so it goes. And welcome. We are running from a wall of eyes and gonna die probably 15 times again. Because that's how we roll in this one. So we fall off a bridge and we die at the end? Right. I mean, I had an inkling that whether or not the like 6 there felt like they were quote-unquote saved from being a monster, or did they just feel betrayed about the music blocks anyway, so sure. But I mean, if you're gonna... I'm so frustrated with the game that I feel like we could have just called credits with the first death. I get it. We made the 6 hurt with the music box thing and so on, but the game made us hurt with 700 deaths. So, you win some, you lose some. Just make the boss fight a lot, essentially not hard, and then that might have emotional impact. This, not really. Not for me, because I'm so frustrated. And I haven't really had a single moment of not frustrated with this game in its entire runtime. It's quite something. Like, this visual is really, really cool. But, like, it's kinda, you know... It's hard to take in anything when the game does nothing but kill you in every room 20 times because there's no way to know what to do. Do we become a cone head in the end, or are we just gonna be melted into food? We have a chair. We can sit while we melt into food. Alright. It gives hopefully the opportunity to better gameplay. I mean, maybe. Like, I mean... What they need to do for Little Nightmares 3 is keep the visuals, keep the music, keep the sound design, keep all of this that I've been praising, and essentially make it not 3D in any way. I don't really find the value in that, how much problems it causes, and just... Maybe just let's let go of the insta-kill stuff, because they clearly can't handle it. Like, the difficulty needs to be toned down by such a gargantuan margin, it's almost not the same game anymore. Like, it's supposed to be about the experience of traversing through this world and seeing the events and all that. But it boils down into die 7,000 times and then learn you become the Japanese lady at the end of one. Since that's obviously what's happening, right? I think. Or become this thing, whatever. I mean, for a hot second it looked like her, right? I have a feeling that they will force it because they think it's the way... Yeah, like, they will force it be exactly as annoying as this is, so I don't really have any hope for 3, and I don't think I'll buy it. Not after this. If there's gonna be a 3. I don't know. I feel like... For a hot second I thought we were going to be morphing into the Japanese lady, and that somehow would have been more interesting to me. I don't know. Was success there'll be a third? Ah, yeah. I believe that. Yeah, that sounds about right, but yeah. Right. It's all over now. Well, it better be. All right, there we go. Right, so that was quite the time. Damn. I didn't really get anything from the story. I get the full circle thing, and you know, you becoming the thing that was chasing you, and like Six becoming, you know, that. I mean, we already knew Six kind of was a monster by the end of 1, so I don't know. Sure. The boss of Fighting 6 was so endlessly annoying, frustrating, and terrible that I just can't really get much of a... Like, my mind rejects any story that brings because we died, what, 30 times to it? For no good reason. I don't know, man. That's problematic is what that is. And I went full screen because I've actually had trouble on YouTube before about not joking. In, for example, Resident Evil 3, if you show the credits, it gets claimed for copyright for the visual of the credits. That actually happens. It could be just, you know, a fake company doing it, but nonetheless, that happens. So I'd rather not that happen again, so we can't have nice things, otherwise I'd show them, but I'm not gonna risk it anymore. So yeah, that's the thing then. Oh boyo. That was it's really hard to measure, but it was my most frustrating experience playing a game in a lot of years. It's really hard to measure, like, how bad this is in, like, the ranking of what's the worst games I've ever played, but I didn't have a single moment of fun with this. And it's, what, it took me 7 hours and change or something? Yeah, that is it's such a weird feeling though, where it's such a hard time giving it like a number score or something, because again, as I've been parroting all week here, everything about the visuals and the sounds and the music and all that, that's all excellent. That's like a 10. And everything about actually playing the game, the logic of the puzzles, for me personally, I just didn't get them. I realized not every one of them was invent a new mechanic out of their butt, but many of them were. But I didn't get any of them. My logic just did not follow this one, and I probably was always too frustrated to think straight. I was just rejecting the puzzle, probably even subconsciously, as the moment I saw it, so... yeah. So there's that. But, like, everything about the controls, everything about the, like, enemy encounters, boss fights, puzzles that from my perspective at least, it was all, like... It was all wrong in a way that I find hard to fully put into words. Like, it's quite something. Like, at the beginning in the insta-kills with the bear traps and so on, I kind of could appreciate, like, the Limbo reference and so on, but... it just kept going and going, where every single room is about an insta-kill that you, one, have to die to the first time around anyway, no way to avoid it, none. And then use moon logic to essentially either try something completely nonsensical or break the game's rules by now I can jump further than I could before in this one jump. Like, reaching that, like, bathtub in the bathroom, like, excuse me, what now? And when the puzzles weren't about death, they were about just like different kinds of moon logic. Like, okay, we have these 4 chess pieces. All of them need a top. Oh, sorry, you assumed that they need a top, but we tricked you. Only 3 of them need a top, and 1 of them can be without one. Even though the mechanic is about looking for the tops to them, so you waste time looking for the 4th one, but lol, we just decided to have only 3 of them there, because it's lol. Because lol. I'm like, haistakaa vittu. That's what I tell them, like, excuse me, what now? And then there's the problem of, like, for example, I'm reminded of the, like, design choice as another example in the mannequin room, right? So, up until the point where you have to use it, there's been no instance of you using, I think, the flashlight itself to immobilize the mannequins. The ceiling light kind of, I didn't quite understand, like, was it always just the light, or was there like a different rhythmic thing why it sometimes moved, sometimes didn't? But nonetheless, when the ceiling light went off, the solution was, to that mannequin, run away. And it worked. Ergo, I learn running away works for the mannequins. Cool. Going forward. You go into the big room. Big room with the mannequins, with the bed in between, as at like a check cutoff point. There's not a spawn checkpoint in between there, but they stop chasing you when you get under the bed and on the other side, right? And you go into the room, and you run from the mannequins, and it works. Doubly making sure that you think that the running is the solution. And your mind, like, lets the light thing, like, wander off into the distant past, because the game is teaching you running is the answer. It worked again. And then, after the bed, you see just more of the same. And you're like, okay, and now I go, and you run, and you die. And you try a different kind of a route, and you die again. And you try it 20 more times, and you die again. The game has taught you to run, and then it's, flashlight. And now, when the game was willing to do the press Y to call at the final boss fight, that is a golden example of where they needed to put a text on the screen. They are already willing to break the immersion by putting it in the final boss fight, so don't give me that it's unimmersive. Put in there, press B to use flashlight if you die on that spot. Not, oh, we're just being quiet and we're going to let you figure it out by running into it by 30 more times and then you take a walkthrough. It's all like, there's like layers to how relentlessly poorly designed all of that is. And it's constant. Every room, all the time, the same philosophy. And I cannot forget, the game physics have that tendency of shooting you from cover and seeing you from cover, meaning you learn wrongly that that's not cover, because the game physics are so bad that they break on you all the time, killing you, therefore teaching you to think that what you did was wrong, even though it was right. Like, that's like layers upon layers of everything's wrong in this one. Everything. In terms of gameplay. Like, it's amazing. Oh boy. I had something else in my mind that I feel like I'm gonna curse myself if I forget, that really bothered me in this, but I might it's there's so much wrong that it might slip my yes, the notion that the bosses never ever communicate to you what their way of finding you is, right? In that it's never clear if you're supposed to sneak or hide or run, and it's always like either one of the three or a combination of something. It's so like, and so when you see a big bad, it sometimes it's about seeing you. Other times it's about both seeing and hearing you. Sometimes, like, I still have no idea what was the mechanic behind the big fat boy who's hanging in the ceiling. What was the sense he used to find me? Because as far as I know, he could, 1, see me, 2, probably sometimes maybe hear me, but I'm not sure, and 3, he had a clairvoyant ability to sense my existence if I happened to be under, I think, 3 different beds, but 4 or 3 other beds he couldn't sense me under. For no reason. That's the logic we are operating with here, with this one, every encounter. You never know, like, okay, what's your gimmick? We're not gonna tell you, die. I'm like, oh. And then, as a different example, the TV slave things. They clairvoyantly know where you are, even though that doesn't make any sense, but they know clairvoyantly wherever you are. Or I guess at least that's consistent. They always know where you are and you're dead. Fine. But, like, just as an overall thing, communicate to the player what the thing is. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, in the first one, they quite clearly showed if something was blind, that they could hear you or smell you or whatever, right? And all that stuff. I wanted to see if there was like an after credit scene. There wasn't. So yeah, that is game. GG's all around. I need to probably sleep on this to fully like write up some sort of an opinion in Discords and whatevers. But speaking of, there's a bunch of Twitters and YouTubes and Discords and so on. If you feel like joining, I was wondering if I should play something else after this, and I'm not sure. It's 3 a.m. I'm not super tired, but I didn't really sleep that well because it's crazy hot in here in Finland, and I should probably sleep what I can when I can. I'll need to consider about that, but yeah. Well, true. But yeah, that's Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares 2. It's the most frustrating game I've definitely played ever since probably Infliction. And I think I may have had a better time with Infliction just by the virtue of I think it was somewhat shorter. And I might have had like a couple of solitary moments of vague enjoyment at the beginning. Maybe, I don't know. Or like a fun semblance of a thing, but yeah, this was pretty bad. That was pretty damn bad. I can't really think of a number score for this, but it was really bad. Like, pretty terrible. It's one of the worst games I've probably ever played. And that's saying quite something. Like, I'm finding it really hard to, like, I played on the 360 a game called Leisure Suit Larry Box Office Bust, which was so terrible in its controls and like insta-fail sections that I had to quit it so I couldn't finish it. That was probably a worse video game than this was. That was in, what, 2000 and, I don't know, 8? 10? Something like that. 8 maybe. I don't think I've played a game this bad since then. And I've played, just on the Xbox platforms, maybe, I don't know, 600, 700 games since then. And this might be the worst one. Yeah. It's beautiful, but it's just an absolute agonizing trash fire to play. For the reasons I explained. I hope that makes sense. And again, if you enjoyed this game, lovely. I hope I did too. More power to you. I'm glad you did enjoy this game. I have no idea what to do with that information, but I'm glad if someone enjoyed this. I hope I would have as well. I had hopes for this one. And again, I can't stress enough, if by any chance any of the people who made this game sees my crazy ramblings about how I hated to play this, I promise it's nothing personal. I wish only the best things to everyone. And I hope it doesn't, like, you know, cause emotional pain or whatever if I, you know, vent my overflowing frustration while getting frustrated by the game. It's just, I can't help it. That's what happens to me. I always try to not do that. I always try to not get frustrated. I always try to keep it all fun and everything. When I get frustrated, I get frustrated, and it just flows out. So, you know. I hope there's something, you know, constructive to be gleaned from this somehow. But yeah, all the best for everyone, including all the best for people who made this, and I hope all the success in the future. That's all, you know. That's all I can say about that one. Just again, nothing personal when I vent my anger on this one, because it just flows. It just happens, and I hope that is not. I hope it creates nothing negative or anything more than it ever has to, or whatever. I hope it doesn't create anything bad for any feels of anyone, and so on. I don't mean to hurt anyone's feelings, that's for sure. My mind is on fire in how much of a bad time I had. What can I say? Alright, I think I'm done for today, though. If this would have been like a 2-hour stream, I would have probably played something else today, but I think I'm good for today. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I can only hope my suffering brought some sort of entertainment. Then again, I hope my saltiness didn't, you know, cause negative feels or whatever. Smash that like, but yeah, I hope this was interesting in some way to watch. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you again in the next game, which we'll see what it is. We'll see. Have a good one, and bye-bye.